a good thing the guests made it when they did. I don't think a boat can get here through this weather. Anything on the radio?
A vase.
Anything about the news?
Yes.
Anything important?
The president is behaving himself.
Anything about the weather?
It's bad.
I know it's bad.
Well, if you know, then why are you asking me?
I'm interested in the trend.
The weather has been bad, and it's going to be bad. That's the trend. We're going to be shut in the entire weekend.
Maybe I should call the agency then.
They'll tell you the same thing.
To find out if whoever arranged all this is planning on showing up.
It's the end of the world out there. Of course no one is coming. Would you take a boat ride in this weather?
Well, it wouldn't hurt to call.
The phones are out. Nothing is working.
What about the cell phone?
Nothing is working means everything is not working, including cell phones.
But the radio is working.
Of course the radio is working, because we can't talk through it. If I thought somebody could hear us, don't you think I'd be screaming into it?
Sounds like we're pretty isolated then. How are the guests?
They're isolated as well.
Everyone comfortable? Settled in for the night?
Everyone except that snotty soap opera actress, Elizabeth Vixen. She's been here less than an hour, and already she wants a fresh change of sheets. I did not like her on Days of Our World, and I don't like her in real life either.
You wouldn't be a little bit jealous, would you?
Of her? No way. Say, if no one comes, are we still supposed to open this mysterious envelope?
Yes.
Couldn't we just take a peek?
Nope. The man at the agency was very explicit. Not to be open until 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Don't you think there's something weird about all of this?
You mean because it's a dark and stormy night, we're on an island, in an old house cut off from all communication? Nope. This stuff happens all the time.
In murder mysteries?
Molly, this isn't a murder mystery. This is real life. I'll be back. I'm gonna go check on the generator. Caught you!
Oh, good morning, Miley.
Good morning, Miss Preston.
Doctor, if you don't mind.
I don't mind, but I'm not a doctor.
I know. I'm the doctor. Do you know if there might be some biscuits about?
Yes, I know that.
To go with my espresso?
Did you scream?
No. I take it black.
I just remembered I heard a scream.
Oh. Now that you mention it, I believe I did hear a scream. I think it was your sister.
My sister? Is she all right?
I don't know. She'll have to make an appointment.
Excuse me, Molly may need me.
I wouldn't go in there if I were you. It's quite nasty. Molly broke a nail.
That was a $10 nail!
$10? That's why, that's $100 worth of paint plastic on your fingers. We can't afford things like this, Molly.
You don't think I'm worth it?
Well, of course you're worth it.
All this menial work is ruining my nails. I need a maid.
Molly, maids don't have maids.
Oh, Miley, I've had it. I'm tired of cooking and cleaning for people who can afford not to do these things themselves. I'm sick of being one of the little people. I don't want to work for the rich anymore. I want to be one of them.
You. Always the you. Why can't it be about me for once? Do you think I like being a butler?
Well, all you have to do is buttle, answer the door, and serve. I'm the one who does all the cooking, the cleaning, and the dishes.
Fine then, from now on, I'll do it all.
You can't handle it all.
Well then, perhaps I should call the agency. We'll tell them we're tired of waiting on rich people and want to be one of them ourselves, and they'll take us back to the mainland.
Do not try to appeal to my reason. I don't want to be reasonable. I want to be emotional and irrational. The wind and the rain and the isolation are making me crazy. Besides, you can't call the agency because the phones are still out.
Molly, I know it seems unfair that some people are rich and other people like us are
poor and unimportant.
We have each other. We have our help. Honestly, do you think we'd be any happier if we were wealthy?
That's the dumbest thing you ever said.
What was that?
It sounded like Elizabeth Vixen.
You don't think something has happened to her, do you?
I certainly hope so. How utterly vile! I
I've never been so disgusted in my life. I found a fingernail floating in my coffee.
That would be, mine.
I should have guessed. Who else would wear raspberry tart red? I will take my coffee in my room with nothing in it. Instead of a copy of the guest list, I'd like to know if I should come out of my room to socialize this weekend.
Only to fumigate it. And you wonder why I don't like being a maid? Could anyone possibly be more obnoxious than that dreadful woman?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Say, are there any more of those fruit-flavored gummy beans down here?
Gummy beans?
Yeah, you know. There was a whole bowl of them in my bath in Bandy. I ate them all. Those were, bath oil beads. Okay. Are there any more?
I'll bring some up.
Okay. Wait, one last thing. When will we be meeting our host?
Well, we're all supposed to meet at 7, perhaps then.
So she's here? In the house? On the island?
If she is, she hasn't introduced herself. If she's one of the guests, she hasn't said so. We don't know any more than you do.
Okay, that's cool. That is one weird chick.
I'm not sure, but I think something bad has happened.
What is it, Miss Prim?
It's Heavenly.
Well, yes, I'm sure it is.
I think something bad has happened to Heavenly Branson. She was supposed to meet Heather and me for coffee. Or is it I?
It's me.
No, you weren't invited. It was Heather and me and Heather. And now she hasn't shown up.
Heather?
No, Miss Branson.
Well, where's Heather?
Looking for Miss Branson. Her coffee's getting cold.
Well, maybe Miss Branson doesn't like coffee. Perhaps she's a tea drinker.
It's so confusing. We knocked on her door.
Well, was there an answer?
Well, no. It's just a door. She was supposed to meet us in the sitting room.
Well, maybe she doesn't know where the sitting room is. If everyone is standing, how would she know?
That's right. She wouldn't.
Have you spoken to Miss Crispy?
Well, only once or twice.
About Miss Branson?
What about Miss Branson?
She's missing?
She's missing?
Well, yes, you just told me she was.
I said she never came to the sitting room.
Which might mean she's missing. Which is why I would have thought you spoke to Miss Crispy.
But why would I speak to Miss Crispy?
She writes mysteries. Maybe she has some ideas.
For a new mystery?
Maybe Miss Crispy can help you find out where Miss Branson is.
Oh, I see. Oh, Heather, thank goodness. Did you find Heavenly?
No, but I did run to Agatha Christie. She went to go look at Heavenly's room.
Bad news. I looked in Heavenly's room and she's not in there either.
She's in the spa.
The spa?
Yes, with Mr. Chandler.
Mr. Chan? Good golly, Miss Molly.
It's all right. They're married.
Molly, are you sure?
Heavenly and Mr. Chandler are married? They're here on their honeymoon.
But they have different last names.
She's very modern.
Well, that little mystery's solved. I think I'll have that coffee now. By the way, where's the sitting room?
Come along, Miss Crispy. We'll show you.
I didn't know Miss Branson and Philip were married.
They're not. I just made that up.
For real?
I got you. Come on, help me stir coffee.
Okay, I need to check on something. The envelope's not here.
Well, silly, look in the other drawer.
I could have swore I put it in the right-hand drawer last night.
You kept us waiting.
45 seconds, please. Everyone have a seat. Just let me say that Molly and I are as much in the dark as the rest of you. We've been hired by an agency as your host this weekend, and we're just following instructions. I know it seems...
Enough already. We get it. You don't know anything. Get this show on the road.
Molly, the envelope, please.
See, it says, Miley, read the following letter.
How intriguing, how mysterious. It reminds me of one of my own mysteries.
Oh, Philip, say this won't be some bizarre, incomprehensible, cryptic message that will defy our understanding and confuse us even more than we've ever been confused before.
I can't say that.
Why not?
Heavenly, I can't say that because I don't use words like that.
Oh, I see. Let's just hear the letter before we pass judgment.
You don't hear a letter, you read a letter.
Go ahead, Miley. Read and we'll listen.
It says to play the following video.
A video? How exciting!
What you are about to hear is my last will and testament. I'm sure none of you have heard of the name Isabella M. Noon. I have devoted my life to remaining in the shadows instead of living in the limelight. My reasons are private and will remain so. Exhaustive research in my family's history has revealed that I am related to all of you. Through a great deal of time, effort, and expense, I have tracked each of you through a team of private investigators. Although the degrees of separation are considerable, my purpose of bringing you all together is to share with you what you're entitled to as my remaining living heirs, the unbequeathed portion of my estate. I bequeath unto you each the sum of $1 million. I regret that the circumstances did not allow me to meet each of you personally, but I'll trust that you guys will enjoy getting to meet each other throughout the weekend. On your return to the mainland, you'll be provided additional information for claiming your inheritance. All the very best, Isabella M. Noon.
Is that it?
It says to read this part after the video is done.
What does it say?
Some say money is the root of all evil. I suppose that's for you to decide. Oh, and one last thing. If for any reason a beneficiary is already deceased or should become so prior to filing a claim for his or her share of the inheritance, their share will be divided equally among the survivors.
Well, what do you think? I'd say we start killing each other in about 5 minutes.
What a horrible thing to say. You don't mean that.
I do. I most certainly do. With $10 million at stake, anything could happen.
You forget, Stark, I know a lot about crime detection. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Oh, you're just saying that. I bet you won't.
Miley, we're rich! Can you believe it? We're rich!
Well, what do you think, Miss Crispy?
Well, yes, I suppose we are rich.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, you're wondering if this is on the level.
Right. What do we know about this woman, Noon?
She's rich and she's dead. That's all I need to know.
This is scary.
What kind of moron is scared to be handed $1 million?
It's not the money that scares me. It's the idea that somehow we're all related to each other.
Yes, I see what you mean, Heather. It's like finding out you're related to the Three Stooges.
What am I gonna do with $1 million?
Look in the mirror. You'll think of something.
Molly, you don't think all this money's gonna change us, do you?
I certainly hope so.
Since we've all met, what do we do now?
Let the killing begin! The first thing I'm going to do is quit my job. Let somebody else be the maid for a change. Now I'm rich enough to have my own maid.
I'd like a refill, please.
Get it yourself.
Well, I never.
If you want it, you will.
I'm afraid we have some bad news.
Don't tell me. This will is a joke.
We found a body in the spot. From the look of it, I'd say it's been in the water for several hours.
Ugh! That makes me sick. You don't think it affected the water in any way, do you?
Someone is dead, and you're worried about the water?
I was soaking that water not more than an hour ago.
Who is it, Miss Crispy?
Who?
The body in the hot tub.
It's hard to say.
Can you write down who you think it is?
What Miss Crispy means is that we're not sure who it is. We're not positive.
Well, who do you think it might be?
We think it might be Stark.
Oh my.
But you're not sure.
Well, it's either Stark or a very large lobster.
What do you mean, Doctor?
She was very well done.
The thermostat had been turned all the way up. Whoever it is has been cooked beyond recognition.
Then what makes you think it's Stark?
Who else could it be? Look around. Who's the only one missing?
Were there a lot of bubbles in the water?
Yes, a lot of bubbles.
It's her.
What are you talking about?
She ate all of the gummy bean bath oils.
No, stop! I can't hear another word of this. Are those real tears, Miss Vixen? Or just crocodile tears? Have you no respect for the dead? Even less for the prime suspect.
You think Elizabeth killed Stark?
She admitted to being in the hot tub.
I didn't kill her, you idiot!
Okay, before we go around pointing fingers, we have another problem.
That's right, Mr. Chandler. Did we drain the hot tub or not?
That's not what I'm thinking, Miss Crispy.
Okay then, what are you thinking?
3 things. First of all, isn't it ironic that the woman we considered most likely to commit murder is dead?
Are we speaking of verbal irony, dramatic, or situational?
Dramatic.
Mrs. Sam following you.
That's 1 down and 2 to go. Your second point, Mr. Chandler.
Why kill Stark?
Why not? If you're gonna kill people, you have to start somewhere.
That's 2 down and 1 to go. Your third point, Mr. Chandler.
Doesn't it suggest that whoever murdered Stark may be in this room right now?
I'm sorry. Your time is up. Would the real killer please stand up?
What?
Well, I do declare. Can you believe it? No one's fussing up.
Is it possible there's someone else on the island?
Anything is possible, Heather. Pigs might fly. I just don't see how they got in here in this weather.
Unless they arrived before we did.
Exactly.
Flying pigs?
No, a possible murderer.
But how do we know it's not one of us?
You're kidding, right?
Actually, it could have been anyone with any number of motives.
Are you implying it could have been anyone for any reason?
No, I'm saying it could have been anyone for any reason.
Which means it could be any one of us.
Exactly. We need to make an immediate search of the island to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
It's pouring rain.
Then you'll need an umbrella, Miss Vixen. Here's a map. Gather around. Heavenly and I will search from here to here. Doctor, you and Miss Prim search from here to here. Miss Crispy, you and Elizabeth search from here to here. Miley, you and Molly search from here all the way to here.
What about me?
We need someone to stay in the house.
You can't leave her alone.
She won't be alone. She'll have this to keep her company.
Actually, wait. I think I should make a change of plans. I think Doctor and Elizabeth should go first. And Miss Crispy and Miss Prim.
Is that a bulletproof vest you're wearing?
In my profession, you can't be too careful.
But you're a writer.
Who knows a thing or two about criminal minds? If there is a killer out there, we must catch him before he strikes again. Lock the doors, Heather. This will be our secret now. No, like this.
Couldn't we just identify ourselves by speaking?
Oh no. Some criminals are masters of voice disguise. Did you know that Jack the Ripper can impersonate a 6-year-old girl and a French poodle?
Don't worry, you'll know it's us.
There you are. I wonder where you gotten off to. Beastly weather. What?
I turned around and you were gone. I was terribly frightened.
Yes, well. Sorry about that. I thought I saw something at the foot of the cliff, and so...
You left me!
When I realized you weren't with me, I didn't know what else to do. So I came back here. I just put a kettle on to boil.
It's terrible out there. Simply terrible. I just look a mess. Is my mascara running?
I'm afraid so. Would you like a cup of tea?
Please, 2 sugars. I've got to fix my face.
Right.
Nothing. What about you, Doctor?
Not a thing. I do not believe anyone else is out there. I was just about to make a cup of tea. Care for some?
No, thank you.
Philip?
None for me.
It's terrible out there, just simply terrible.
Yes. Positively beastly.
Did you see anything, Miss Crispy? Any signs?
As a matter of fact, yes. No trespassing, private island, watch your step.
I see.
It's an absolute downpour. Nothing but cats and dogs. It's terrible! It's simply terrible. What is it, Elizabeth? It's Heather.
Okay, Heather.
No, not me. It's Heather. I went upstairs to fix my makeup in the bathroom and I found Heather in the bathtub.
I'm sure she knows it was an accident. Next time she'll know to keep the door locked.
She wasn't taking a bath. She's dead.
What are you saying, Elizabeth?
What does it sound like I'm saying? Heather's dead.
Are you sure?
She's underwater and she doesn't have a snorkel.
Don't anyone.
As if there's any place to go.
Was Heather here when you returned?
No. Huh. Only Dr. Preston.
I thought you two were searching the island together.
We got separated. The doctor was here when I returned.
I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. I didn't do it.
Did you hear anything unusual or see anything suspicious?
The doctor's returning from the kitchen. She said she's putting the kettle on.
Satisfied?
Did Heather let you in, Doctor? Did you use the secret knock?
Of course I didn't use the secret knock. Who could remember it? I didn't need to knock. The door was already open.
What about Heather? Where was she?
Now look here, Chandler. I know it looks suspicious, my breaking away from Elizabeth like that, but if I had wanted to kill Heather, I would not have done away with her in the bathtub.
Why not?
Because I do not believe I could carry her all the way upstairs.
Then why do you think she was killed down here?
What reason did she have for going upstairs? The door she was guarding was down here. Besides, there's a bathroom down here.
Yes, but it has a shower stall, not a bathtub.
I didn't say she was taking a bath. I said she was in the bath. She had all her clothes on.
Still, the doctor was alone.
Was Elizabeth and I the only ones separated during that time?
Well, Miss Crispy and I were separated for about 15 minutes.
Miley.
We were apart for a few minutes.
Philip?
Philip didn't come back here and kill Heather. He's my husband. I trust him.
That isn't what I asked. Were you separated for any amount of time?
Well, yes, about 20 minutes.
So you see, Philip, it could have been any one of us.
Yes, doctor. But how many of us have the tools necessary to administer a lethal injection?
Poor Heather.
I checked your bag, doctor. It contains several syringes.
Hello? I'm a doctor.
That's my point.
I suggest we lock the doctor in her room until we can notify the police.
Who can make it here through this weather?
She might escape through the window.
Then we'll tie her up.
Miley,
Go find some rope.
This is outrageous! Molly, you and Elizabeth help me with Heather. We can't leave her like that.
Someone might want to take a bath. Oh, Philip, say this is just some figment of my imagination, and that somehow I've confused imagination with reality.
This is just a figment of your imagination, that somehow you've confused imagination with reality.
Say this is just some nightmarish dream that isn't real.
This is just some nightmarish dream that isn't real.
Oh, Philip, is that true?
Heavenly, get a grip! Of course it's not true! What's wrong with you? Have you lost your marbles? We're knee-deep in horse apples.
Thank you. I needed that. Why so glum, Miss Crispy?
I'm afraid we have some more bad news.
What is it now? We're out of coffee. The weather's starting to clear up. What?
Dr. Preston is dead. She's been murdered.
What? How is that possible?
How did she die?
She was strangled in her sleep.
All right, this madness has gone long enough. I want some answers.
Now look here, Mr. Chandler. I'm running this investigation, not you.
And you're doing a bang-up job. So far, we've had 3 murders, and you haven't come up with an explanation or a clue.
Then you're about to see a first-class mind spring into action. Everyone, have a seat. We're going to take a page from my novel, The Case of the Fat Red Herring, and come up with a few answers. I'll make a believer out of you yet, Mr. Chandler. First of all, I want to know where everyone was between 10 p.m. last night and 8 a.m. this morning. You first.
Sleeping. Miss Crispy, do you really think anyone's going to tell you anything otherwise?
What do you mean?
Miley's right. Who's going to admit that they were up, skulking around the house, committing murder?
Then how do you propose to find out, Mr. I guess I'm a detective now, Philip Chandler.
Isn't this the part where someone says we're looking for a motive?
We are not in a movie.
We know what the motive is, Miss Prim. It's money. Lots and lots of money.
Millions and millions and millions and millions.
Molly! When you say it like that, you sound like a suspect.
She is a suspect.
I just meant, who among us doesn't need the money? Let me see a show of hands. See? So we all had a motive.
So everyone is a suspect.
What do we do now, Philip?
Let me check the phones. Still no service. Unless I'm mistaken, another storm is moving in. Miley, how are we fixed for fuel oil?
Well, there wasn't much to begin with. I don't think we can make it 2 more days.
Don't you think Mrs. Noon's people will try to reach us? Especially if they've tried to call and haven't gotten an answer?
No one will take a chance in this weather. Even if they do, it won't be until morning.
So, what now?
We wait. Everyone stays right here. No one leaves.
For 12 hours?
Have you a better idea?
At this time, we'll be serving dessert. Please feel free to get up from your seats, move around, and use the restroom.
Excuse me, but I need to use the restroom.
No.
But I have to.
Philip?
If she's gotta go, she's gotta go.
Very well then. We all go.
What?
We all go where no one goes.
We can't open the bathroom.
You'll stand outside the door.
I can't go knowing everyone's just outside the door.
I don't trust anyone. Everybody, gather around.
Okay, this is ridiculous. What are
doing there?
Have you seen The Godfather? Michael Corleone goes into the bathroom empty-handed and comes back with a gun that was hidden behind the toilet tank. I want to be sure, thank you very much.
You're the expert. I'm going in.
Philip, be careful!
Is she? I'm afraid so. Miss Crispy has been flushed.
What happened?
Some sort of spring-loaded device that when she flushed, the toilet tank blew and hit her in the head.
How horrible. It's okay, Miss Angelica. We can use the bathroom upstairs. I'll go with you. I don't have to go in.
Just as well, Molly, because I don't trust Angelica any further than I can throw her.
What are you implying, Elizabeth?
I think it's something about your weight.
It's pretty clever you give Miss Crispy to go to that bathroom.
You think I rigged that toilet tank to come apart?
You knew she'd go in there, didn't you?
No offense, but I don't think Angelica's that smart. That doesn't make sense. You think I travel around with spring-loaded devices? Why would I have brought something like that with me if I didn't know why I was coming here in the first place? How do we know that you didn't plant it?
Well, actually, any one of us could have planted it, and any one of us could have gone in there.
Yeah, but she brought it up first.
I need to go to the bathroom. Does that make me a cold-blooded killer?
Our numbers are thinning. Like it or not, someone is playing for keeps. There could be booby traps all over this house.
What's that? The lights are flickering.
What's that mean?
The lights are flickering. It just means the current is fluctuating. Not enough power is getting to the bulbs. That's it? Or a homicidal maniac flipping the switches.
What?
It's probably just a generator. I'll go check on it.
I thought you said we had enough for 2 more days.
I said I didn't think there was enough for 2 more days. I'll go check on it again.
It could be another trap.
It could be, but we have to keep the generator going. If it goes, we lose electricity, heat, and water. Water? Yes, the generator powers everything, including the well.
I'll go with you.
Can you trust him, Miley?
I was thinking the same thing about your sister.
Here, Miley. Take the gun that Miss Crispy left with Heather.
Here, Philip, take this.
I didn't know you were capping.
We're newlyweds. There's a lot we don't know about each other.
After you.
No, you first.
I wouldn't hear of it.
Age before beauty.
Ladies first.
Not this time.
We'll go together.
Okay.
I wonder how smart that was, them both loose with guns.
You don't trust Philip?
Why should I?
It wasn't him, I know it wasn't.
You said so yourself. You're newlyweds.
There's a lot you don't know about each other. Or maybe it's Miley. Isn't it always the butler who did it? Trust me, it's not Miley. She doesn't have the stomach for it. She sees 1 drop of blood and she's puking all over. You look like you have the stomach for it. Shouldn't we go get some flashlights before we find ourselves caught in the dark? Someone should go with you. I'll go. Angelica, I'll stay here with Elizabeth. All right. You trust me? Shouldn't I? I don't know who to be trusted. That's why. I have this. I took it from the kitchen earlier.
You know how to use something like that?
We'll see.
Uh-oh. I hope that doesn't mean...
Angelica! Heavenly? Heavenly?
I'm right behind you!
Angelica? Elizabeth? where were you two?
We were checking the generator. You knew that.
You were together the entire time?
No,
Exactly how long were you apart?
a couple of minutes.
Well, well. Long enough to make it back for a little murder in the dark, eh?
Don't be ridiculous.
Someone close the shut-off valve. The light should be coming back on any minute.
All I know is it's not me. So that leaves one of you three.
This is ridiculous. This is getting us nowhere. All we're doing is pointing fingers. Someone help me cover these bodies.
Wait! I just remembered something! It's from one of Agatha Christie's mysteries. 10 people are invited to an island and they've all committed crimes or something.
We haven't committed any crimes. Have we?
And one by one, they're all murdered until no one's left.
If they're all killed, then who is the killer?
The killer faked his own death.
I'd say it's time to make a trip to the basement.
I'll guard the door.
Who's coming with me?
Molly, you go.
Don't trust your own husband?
I do, it's just, in the story, the killer had an accomplice.
Oh, so it's us you don't trust.
Molly, you better take this.
Feel safe now?
Go on, Mr. Chandler. One false move and you'll be sleeping with the fishes tonight.
Now we would like to give you guys a chance to ask us questions so you could help figure out who the murderer is.
Do we have any questions for our actors and actresses? To help you try to figure out who did it?
Can you review how they all died?
Every single one of them?
Yeah.
Well,
Stark was drowned.
yes. Elizabeth and Angelica were stabbed.
Heather drowned.
Angelica was, we just said that.
Stabbed.
Yeah. Agatha was flushed.
Dr. Preston was strangled.
That covers it all.
I think that about covers it. Yeah.
Someone take their ballots and go ahead and put their guesses down.
Okay, your guys' ballots are underneath your plates, and you guys can all place your votes now.
Let's go back to the basement.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I'm the killer. How am I supposed to pull off this shindig anyways?
I don't see what you mean.
Let's say that I kill you all. You, Philip, Molly. How do I expect to inherit all those millions if I'm in prison? What good would that money do me?
You're attempting to distract me with reason!
Molly! Molly, are you alright? It's awful! Simply awful! So there is someone!
No, all the bodies are accounted for, and they're all dead.
So then it was you, you filthy beast! What'd you do to my sister?
Nothing, I didn't touch her!
Then why did Molly scream like that?
Because there was a rat down there the size of a dog.
It was so terrible.
Great, now we're back to square one.
Now look, you two. Heavenly is the most important thing on earth to me. And I hate to see anything happen to her. Look, the money isn't even important to me. Well, it's kind of important, but not really important. Look, I'll sign over the inheritance if you just let us go. Just stop this madman stuff and let us go.
Oh, you're good, Philip. Real good. Why don't you just get it over with already? Or is this game as important to you as the money is?
Look, I'm through with it. Just take my gun and shoot me.
No, you shoot me. Come on, not man enough?
Stop! What's wrong with you two?
Philip,
I'm sorry, it's the stress. I've never been victimized like this before. I don't know how to deal with it. It's not every day that you have to defend yourself from a homicidal maniac.
it's late. We're all stressed. We have a basement full of dead bodies. Let's just go back to the room and get some rest.
I'll fix us a brandy.
I'd rather have tea.
In that case, we'll take the brandy.
One last thing. Don't try anything or else you'll find a nasty surprise waiting for you.
What do you think the nasty surprise is?
Molly.
You're up early.
I couldn't sleep.
You should have tried the brandy.
Is everything all right?
I knocked on Miley and Molly's door. I thought they might want to eat, but there was no answer.
There was no answer from the door because it's a door.
Not the door, Miley and Molly. I thought they might want some waffles.
Oh, the waffle makers are broken.
They're dead, Philip.
I'm sure they could be repaired.
Not the waffle makers, Miley and Molly, they're dead!
Miley and Molly?
The brandy was poisoned. But you knew that, didn't you? That's why you wanted tea.
Poison?
It had the smell of almonds.
Nuts, then we're down to 2. I thought I knew you, Heavenly.
Philip, stop playing this ridiculous charade!
Charade? Is this what it is to you? A charade? Ugh, you're so unbelievable. Look, part of me wants this homicidal maniac to be me, because I don't want it to be you. Look, put the gun down, Heavenly. Just because you've killed 8 people doesn't mean we can't work this out.
Philip, I'm warning you, don't come any closer!
I could get you some help!
Philip! So it was you!
Well, well, well. Here we are. The final scene. Surprise? Shall we get over it, or you like the details first?
Let's get it over with.
Come on, humor me. I don't want to do that solution in a bottle thing. If we had an audience, they would expect it. You begin.
I guess that would be the motive.
$10 million?
The body in the hot tub.
A drowned fisherman who conveniently washed up on the shore?
That about covers it.
Well, not exactly. We haven't covered the most important thing, like how it implicates you and not myself.
You tie me up and tell them I'm crazy?
Oh no, you die.
Damn.
When the authorities arrive, first they'll suspect me. But then they'll find your written confessions.
I haven't written a confession.
Oh, but you will. I have it all written out for you. See, it's a sordid tale of jealousy, madness, and money. With all these bodies lying around, your conscience gets the best of you, and you throw yourself into the ocean. Does that about cover it?
I guess so.
There's a pen and paper in the desk.
One more thing. How did you find out about the will before the rest of us?
Well, the first day I was here, I did some snooping, and I found the manila envelope in one of the drawers. I confess
Game's up, Stark.
But how? Don't make a move. Sometimes you've got to learn to trust people. Heavenly alerted us to the odd smell of the brandy.
What about the gunshots?
Miss Crispy's bulletproof vest.
What happens to me?
Well, until we can alert the authorities, we're going to lock you up in the basement with the dead bodies and the giant rat of Samaria. Come along. Not only have we solved the mystery, we're also very rich. It's almost too good to be true.
It may be.
What do you mean?
While we were upstairs waiting for your guys' plan to unfold, we took another look at Mr. Noon's letter. Doesn't it look kind of suspicious?
I am Noon?
Looks legit to me.
Or maybe it spells...
I am no one.
Don't you think that's what it spells?
No, I think it spells trouble.
All right, good. Good job, you guys. I'm proud of you.
Good job, Janelle.
All right, well, I'm going to figure this out. You guys are paying attention. Good job. So I have in my hand all the ballots that got the right answer with Stark on it. So I'm going to mix them up. Then I'm going to have Tyler draw one, and that's who gets the prize. You hold this.
I want to draw one. Can I draw one?
I did it. Tyler needs a job. All right. And the winner is Nicole Alvarez. Yeah! Everybody, thank you very much for coming and have a good evening.